bought was a frozen juice, grape juice,
Yeah.
and lemonade,
Oh,
or
thank you.
grape juice and orange juice. And mix it in a yellow jug, and used to drink that quite a bit too.
Now, Rod drinks Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I have off and on. It's pretty addictive.
It is.
I ain't getting off it.
And you know, he can have a bottle, if he does the big bottles, that's been on the floor of his tractor
Yeah,
for weeks. And he'll still drink it.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it goes flat.
All right. Would you mind if I recorded the session just in case if the problems that we share and resolve today might benefit
That
other
means we can't
people?
swear, right?
Huh?
That means we can't swear.
No swearing. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for being here. And you know, this session is kind of born out of the need, day-to-day need for, you know, our tech problems, right? And I wanted to be able to help, you know, any number of us get through and get better, and so that it'll enrich our lives and our spiritual lives as we now depend more and more so with technology. Hello, come on in. Yeah, we're just beginning. You're right on time. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how it began. Ah,
Remember your name,
yeah.
You dropped the garden thing now.
Well, I just got off track with COVID and stuff, and then, you know, but
I don't know if we're gonna have Wi-Fi.
They're having a.
Yeah. We have Wi-Fi. Yeah.
They switched from.
Yes, they did. So we have a new.
Change modems.
Over in Westmoreland, you mean? Oh. Oh, okay.
That's gonna stop the pupil for today.
Ah, he will.
What's this
because he's
again?
got so
It's a
many
dream catcher.
areas.
Dream
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
put Brenda kind of
And
in charge
it's
of
for me?
that end of
You the
it.
For
stop
anybody?
pupil, you're the instructor. Sure. I can't leave you, I don't care.
All right. So let me just write it down. So. All right. So we're gonna start. Question number with John. I was told you were on timeline.
Yeah, I gotta leave by 12:15 or 12:30.
Yes.
My biggest problem that we had at the church,
Okay.
somebody, well, Anthony had come in and used the computer.
Okay.
And he had changed, I don't know if you call it domain or whatever it is, instead of using our Wi-Fi, he was
Yeah,
using
yeah.
a different one, and he didn't change it back.
Oh,
So we
okay.
had a problem getting the right one and getting on it.
Oh, okay.
It took us a few minutes, actually Jonathan was there, and he was
Okay.
able to fix it. I don't know if Andy and I would have been able to, but
Okay.
that's one thing that it would be nice if I knew how to change.
Change
Sources.
how to connect to
Yeah.
different Wi-Fi.
Right.
Okay. Wi-Fi.
We fight with that every time we use
Yeah.
it.
So I'm gonna put it up here so that we know. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here. Right. So question number 1, how to change Wi-Fi. So just to answer this, I mean, who knows how to get on Wi-Fi on their either laptop, computer, or phone or tablet? Which ones do you use? Other people? I mean, you guys have laptops.
Change when, we got a router, I think it is, that was no good when Argent left and.
Yeah.
What's their name?
Spectrum.
Spectrum, thank you. Why?
They bring a new one?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah, they bought Argent, so now everybody had to change
Yeah.
modems no matter what they had, they gotta change to
Right.
Spectrum modem,
Yeah, yeah.
which is in Conway, by the way.
Yes,
Are
it's
you
happening
doing-
right now. Yeah.
Gave us, it broke after a few days.
Yeah. Okay.
Waiting, because we thought, well, maybe they're just
Yeah.
changing lines, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And finally, they came in and put a different
Mm-hmm.
router,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it was fine. But in the meantime, Ray was running off of, we were running off of a different, we weren't running off the Spectrum, we were Serrano,
Mm-hmm.
we were running through the cell towers
Okay.
for the,
Yeah,
Oh, can you do that?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, so, I'm
write it
wondering,
down.
I'm wondering if that's what he was doing.
Okay.
Why he turned.
So I'm going to answer this question, and because each device has its own specific thing, but the general idea, right, is the same regardless of which device you use. For example, right now I am using an Apple laptop, right? So we'll start with that because the church has the same laptop. So I want to show you, but yeah, I'm trying to. How can I? Okay. Let me see. One second. I will. What I'll do is. Okay, what I'm going to do. Back OS screen capture.
We still have Spectrum. Higher than that. So we have to figure out where it's coming from. I'm gonna call the
Okay.
city representative, you know.
All right.
Because, you know, they were in there, like, they didn't say that, but we wanna get rid of Spectrum.
I've mastered Android, I can do
Yeah.
most of that on that iPad.
Whoop.
Familiar with Microsoft,
Okay.
now I'm using Chrome, that's a
So,
whole nother challenge.
all right. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, pay attention, please. Okay. So this screen over here is showing. I've focused on to the top right hand corner, which is this bar up here, right? So in any MacBook or Mac computer, Apple computer, you will have this bar. And on top, you have this Wi-Fi icon, right?
Okay.
In most devices, which is why I blew it up, and you will see this sign, and that's a Wi-Fi. Yeah, this one, same one. This is enlarged version of this, right? It may not look exactly like that, but something like that. So you can click on that, right? You can click on it, and you can turn it on and turn it off. First of all, there's always a toggle button. And we're gonna take it step by step. Maybe those of you who have your phones, maybe take it out and try to find that icon. It's the same idea. Pull out your phone, if you have a smartphone, right? If you have a smartphone,
I
and
found
then
it.
on your phone, right? You're gonna swipe it down from the top,
Yeah.
bottom. And look where do you see the Wi-Fi sign? Okay. Well, it's different, but always there's a Wi-Fi sign. Always.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Yeah?
Is it right
Yep.
here? It's this one.
For an Apple, you might have to go. So for Android, you swiped it from top down, right?
Right,
For Apple, you might have to go bottom up. It really
Apple.
depends on the device.
yeah. This
Okay.
I have to go to the internet.
This,
Mhm.
yeah.
and then it'll bring
Okay.
up what's available.
Did you
Yeah.
pull it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's okay. So first open it, let's go into right here. So on your phone, you're gonna swipe it down from the right hand side. Then you see, so
Yeah.
swipe it down from over there.
Swipe on the right.
Bottom, yeah,
So, no,
and then find the Wi-Fi icon. Right there, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's a toggle. If you click on it just once, it's now off, white. White means off.
Yeah.
Turn it on is blue. Now, if you have found the icon, long press to get into a more specific. Yeah, hold it. Yeah, press and hold. Okay, let it go. Oops. Press and hold. Now you have a bigger one. Press and hold one more time to go in. And it'll show you a different Wi-Fi network you can connect to.
You
So
should
press
have,
and hold.
should have one that says Milan Church.
Yep.
Yeah.
and my computer connects
Okay.
automatically now to the
So I-
Milan Church.
I've
Yeah,
just
once
changed
you put
phones.
password in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've changed phones and it didn't transfer back, so
Oh.
it's asking me for a password, and I don't remember what it is.
Capital N.
But I was,
Right.
once you put it in like
Press and
that,
hold.
then it will.
Press and hold either
automatically
one or two times, and you can
That's
go into the setting
connect.
where you will. So I'll show it to you on my phone. I'm gonna press and hold this Wi-Fi, right?
Well,
Yes.
Hold it, and it goes on to something, a deeper menu. And
they're
it
right.
shows the one I'm connected to. If you are connected,
No, it's
it
A.
shows
Yeah.
available
ASA.
other networks. So for John or anybody else, if you went into a new place or new cafe or someone else's home, that's where you would go in.
Yep.
And ask the owner of the business or the host of the house, so what is your Wi-Fi? They will tell you which one, and you will click on it. I'm just gonna click on one as an example, this HDMI 5. I don't know what it is.
You all set?
Yep.
And if it's password protected, it's going to ask you for a password.
yeah.
And that's where you put in the password and say connect, then that's how you get onto a new network, right?
Yep.
Now on the computer, I'm gonna show it to you on the computer. Back on the screen. Same thing, you click on the Wi-Fi icon. Oops. You click on the Wi-Fi icon. If it's connected, it'll show you it's connected. You can, if you click on other networks, it shows you other ones you can connect to. So in that John's case, if when someone else has joined another one and has kicked you out of the original one, you would go in here and find the right one. Click, same thing. If it has a password, type in the password and press join. But if you have the wrong password, it's gonna say cannot join. Please check your password.
And is West Milan obvious? Like the Milan Church is pretty obvious when you
It's a
see
Milan
that,
Church,
Yeah.
you know, but is
Yeah,
West,
it's Westmoreland UMC.
oh,
Yeah.
So that's obvious, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
another one.
I
here.
just, we weren't familiar enough with the icons, that probably should have figured it out.
that's right.
And getting the right one is a problem too,
Yeah.
because there's what used to be the Passage has a separate one that's 25
Yeah,
West Mile.
right.
It's confusing.
It is confusing.
Doesn't take much to confuse me,
Well,
but
you know, and you're trying
Yes.
to do it before a service and you're in a hurry and you try to get things
Yeah.
set up. Yeah,
yeah, we probably do it 3 or 4 times a year.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
That does not have a lock next to it, is that an open network?
This one.
EBD 145?
So some of it says it's a PC. It might be your computer.
But I'm,
So sometimes,
yes.
especially nowadays, you know how TVs and everything come with
Mhm.
their Wi-Fi,
Wireless.
like wireless capability.
Yeah.
So they will send out a signal. So a lot of times that's so that if you connect to it, not that you get internet, but you can connect to that device, for example, the TV, and like you can, just as what I'm doing, cast video
Yeah,
of your PC onto the TV and so forth. But sometimes it means it's someone else's network and it may have internet. That may be the case, but we won't know until we try it. So I advise not to, not to try that.
yeah, I get that at home, if I try to find something on Bluetooth,
Yeah, you get all
I
kinds
get
of
the whole
stuff.
neighborhood.
Yes, that's right.
I have no idea what they are, or where they are.
Yes, Sue.
I don't know which device, it says Susan's
Mm-hmm.
hotspot.
Yeah, so
Okay,
maybe that we should put that as a next thing. Let me move this out of the way. So everybody, this question is answered. Check.
yep,
Okay. Question number 2. What is the mobile hotspot? And how can I use it? So mobile hotspot. So hotspot means any device with the internet, right? For example, our phone usually comes with the cellular data, right? We want to use it now as a router, right? That sends out Wi-Fi signal. So I'm going to show you as an example. So because my phone has a cellular data, I can use when I'm, say, outside running around or going camping. I want to use my internet on my laptop. In theory, it sounds like an easy thing to do, right? It wasn't easy back, 10 years ago, but now it has become so common. So, oops. Wait, we're kind of frozen, huh? Okay, let's unfreeze. Second. Sorry, because I switched the Wi-Fi, that's why it's acting up. Because it's all dependent on the same Wi-Fi. Oops. All right, I have to restart the.
Paul pays extra for a hotspot.
Oh, does
to
he?
Verizon, and I'm wondering, should he have to?
depends on where you go to, if you're in somewhere that doesn't have towers,
Yeah.
then
Then
it
yes,
helps.
you.
So especially where he's traveling, right?
Yeah,
Well, when we're out west, we used it a lot because there
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of
right,
service.
Well, I was trying to show you this. What I'm gonna have to do is just use my just a laptop. Yeah, this is the thing about technology. Anyways, I'm just gonna use this, right? So same, this regular screen. You pull it down. Usually, when you pull it down, it gives you all kinds of different menus, right? And then you pull it down even more, it gives you even more. And in here, you can see mobile hotspot.
Yep. Mobile
Yeah.
hotspot.
Right. Well, for now, just look at it. I'll teach you how to do it later. So when you turn this on, right? When you turn this on, now I want you, let's practice the Wi-Fi. Go into your Wi-Fi setting, how you change to, how you connect to a different Wi-Fi. We just practiced that right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Do that.
Yeah, do that. And try to see if you can see my Ungil's,
Galaxy.
yeah,
Z44.
Galaxy Wi-Fi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's what it does. If you turn on a hotspot, it'll create your own Wi-Fi signal, so that other devices, like even your laptop,
Yep.
when you have that on your phone, when you're on the road, you can still use your computer and do the work.
Right,
Oh,
Like sending your email, it's hard to type it on your phone.
Right.
So you would do it on your laptop, connect it to hotspot and send.
Wow, and the reason you can have this is
Because your phone has a
phone
mobile cellular.
has the mobile cellular.
Yeah, from the cell tower.
Okay.
I'm not,
Ah.
So go into the Wi-Fi. Did you get into the Wi-Fi? Don't connect it though. Well, it'll prompt you for we can try. It'll prompt you for a password. Let me just go around, see if everybody got it. Yeah, good. You got to the Wi-Fi. There's my Ingil's Galaxy Z Fold 4. That's my hotspot. So that's what it does.
Did not get to it.
Okay. So if you have a hard time long pressing the Wi-Fi icon, you can always go into the settings. Under settings, under connection, there's Wi-Fi, and then you'll get additional.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Okay.
too impatient.
So if you are seeing your hotspot, it means your phone's hotspot function was turned on. So unless you're using it, I don't recommend doing it because it'll drain the battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would my name be here?
Yeah, so if you did it now, I will teach you how to create your own hotspot. Okay, now that you've checked how it works on mine,
Okay.
you can, okay. So best way to do is, does everybody know how to get into setting on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, get into your setting. Yeah. And then, yeah, on iPhone, there's a personal hotspot right there. Yeah. Oh, you already have yours.
I do?
Yeah, it says allow others to join.
Okay.
It'll tell you what your Wi-Fi network will be. It tells you to connect to using Wi-Fi, choose
Hotspot
iPhone
setting
from Wi-Fi
off.
setting on your computer or other device. And so yours is already on. So I would recommend turning that off until you really have to use it.
So this is nothing it just came automatically?
Yeah, that's a random one, but you can always go in and change your password.
Personalize it? Okay.
Right. So here, mobile hotspot. Yes, mobile data for connection. Your Wi-Fi connection will be turned off. Yes, you have to turn it off to enable hotspot. Yeah. Did everybody get it? Did you get it, Sue?
No, I
So
didn't.
go into your setting.
Here's my mobile
Oh,
hotspot.
you did. Okay.
Yeah.
You did turn it on. Then others should be able to see your Wi-Fi on their.
Should I be able to see it though? On.
You probably may not be able to.
Okay.
I see iPhone. That's Cheryl's, right?
Sharon.
Sorry, Sharon's.
Yes, it is.
Sorry. And I'm guessing yours is. What's the name? Verizon
Yeah.
SMJ320. I see that. And yours is probably yours is Verizon too, right?
No, mine is.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 second. So you go into setting.
Yeah.
Go into setting if you're unsure. Go into connection. Mobile hotspot and tethering.
Yeah.
Right. It'll show you the details. You turned it
Okay.
on right now, right? So
Mhm.
you go in. Oh, it says your network name is Verizon
Oh. Okay.
A120. I see you
All
right here. So
Oh,
it is
okay.
on.
All right.
And then you can decide what the password is going to be. By default, it's all random. You can go in, tap it, and change it to the one you want. And so you can tell other people, or you can,
Oh.
use your laptop to connect. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you're done using it, make sure to turn it off because it'll drain your battery. So
Okay.
now you would go in and turn it off.
Okay. Wow.
So that's actually a really useful feature. I use it all the time when I'm on the road.
So.
So
you
it's
could
like a mobile
actually-
office.
You could actually, when you're in Jefferson,
Yeah.
there are places that you
Don't have cellular.
don't have cellular, or there are places on the road to,
Mhm.
to Stark,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
places that you lose. So if
Yeah,
you
Grove
did
City,
this
Yeah,
in those places,
you would lose the internet connection. If
you
there's
gotta
no
have-
cellular connection, the internet is also gone. Yeah,
Yeah, when you don't have cellular, you
Yeah.
can't use that. And hotspot.
so Cindy,
relies
you were
on
having
carrier.
trouble.
yeah,
Like mine's US cellular, and I gotta have a US cellular signal
right,
in order to use the hotspot.
tethering, good.
Yeah.
Bluetooth
You're
tethering.
much better off with Verizon.
but US Cellular is the place
Yeah,
in the
so when you
marketplace.
have Bluetooth tethering,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
connect
that
instead
I,
of
that's
Wi-Fi,
who I
you connect
have.
to
I
Bluetooth.
Okay.
switched,
On
but
this,
it
there's
came
no
up
bit.
here as Verizon. And I gave up
Or
Verizon
USB,
about
you turn
5
this
or
on,
6
you
months
connect,
ago.
you connect your key, right? Then if you turn
I was
this
so
on,
exasperated
then
with
it's
them
automatic.
and the price
yeah.
and everything. I said, that's it.
Wi- Wi-Fi
I'm
hotspot, go in,
And it
Turn it
came up
on.
here as Verizon.
then that's your Wi-Fi hotspot.
It didn't give up on you, did it?
I
So
guess
it's
not.
there, it's, yeah.
I don't get any bills
So
from
you're,
them.
if you go in here, you should now be able to see.
No, if
So
you
in the
close your
right
account, they haven't closed it.
and connect it, and you can use
Yeah.
this.
That's why you're still getting that.
Wow.
And I must warn you,
Because
depending on the plan you
I
have
shouldn't-
on your phone, it
Doesn't US Cellular buy
you
from
may
them?
get charged for it, or a lot of times the plans have a cap on how much data you can use as a hotspot. Okay, so you have to make sure. Don't go out of here and start using it because you might get a big bill. Go and check first, right? Go and check with your data plan with your carrier, and then if it's free of charge, you may use it, or understand up to a certain amount it's free, but afterwards you get charged. Things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on 3 gig.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
3 gig of data, which is pretty easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is
So
that just automatic?
Yeah. Well, it depends on the plan you're paying for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're paying for an unlimited plan,
right.
then it doesn't matter.
Right. So check your plans first.
Paying
Don't
for a cheaper plan.
come to me and saying, Pastor, I got a huge bill. All right.
The best advice is don't use it unless you.
Right. Unless you really have to use
Yeah,
it. Right.
yeah.
So that makes sense. Did that answer your question too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really useful function. I use it all the time. Obviously, I have an unlimited data plan, and I wherever I go, I use that. I send a lot of emails using hotspot, and so yeah. So what is the next question? Okay, John, was it your only question you had?
That's the most important one.
Okay. So
Most
question.
of that is because I'm not at all familiar with Apple product, you know,
Right.
and like I said to Sue, I use it maybe 2 or 3 times a year, so I'm not familiar with it.
And I've never used Apple.
Yeah. Well, they're not that different. It's like a different brand of cars. They all do the same thing. They kind of drive a little different. They got buttons on different places,
Yeah.
but essentially they do the exact same thing. That's the best way to look at it. Even the computers, they're arranged in a little bit, differently, but
Well, they have different
same
operating
thing.
systems.
Yeah. Just like the house too. You go in, you got a bedroom, you got a living room, you got a kitchen, you got a bathroom. They all look different, but essentially those are the basic functions. That's the best way to look at technology. Like when you say, oh, Apple, that and this and that, it can scare you because you don't know. But let me assure you, all of that really just falls into a large generalized category, right? So there's nothing to be really scared about. the biggest hurdle is the
Yeah.
fear of not knowing exactly what it is. But
My fear is
uh-huh.
doing something and eliminating something that,
Yes.
Yeah, when you don't know what you're doing.
right, you know?
That's right.
I'm not
I've
afraid
done
of it,
that
but it
too.
frustrates me really
Um,
Oh,
bad.
yeah,
yes.
If you can't get the way you wanna be, and do
No.
what you wanna do with it, that's,
right, yeah.
Okay.
I've
So-
been, thinking about, sorry. go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, who's got
Putting my
another
pictures on a
question?
flash.
Okay, how to back up your photos, right,
Yeah.
onto a
And
flash
that's funny,
drive.
that's what my question was going to be.
Oh, okay.
Well, not the backup, but when I download pictures from my phone
Uh,
to my computer,
yeah.
I struggle
Uh-huh.
to find them again.
Oh, okay.
How do you
And
do that?
I can't get them to move from the phone to the computer unless I email it to myself.
oh, no, I can't.
Okay, so let's clarify the question, okay? So what is the question? One person at a time. So because Sharon started, what was your question?
Okay, first I guess I would have to buy one of those little flash.
Okay, you want to know how to move your photo onto your flash drive?
I don't even have a flashlight, I have to buy one.
Right. But you wanna save the pictures onto, let's even say somewhere safe, because there are other options than the flash drive to save. Like for example, Sue was trying to save them on her computer. You know, flash drive is one option, computer is the other one. Putting in the cloud
cloud's the best option.
is
because
another
you
one.
You crash that and you lose it all. I've done that a couple
Oh, me
times.
too.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, that was-
So the
Yeah.
cloud is a really good option. And then you can get it
Okay.
with
Yeah.
anything.
So I'm gonna word the question as how to safeguard precious pictures, right? Because that's really the point, right?
Yeah.
You don't care about junk photos. You wanna save precious pictures that mean something to you. Pictures. Well, we can just end the question right there. How to safeguard your precious pictures. Now.
In my case, it would be from the phone to my computer.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So I would say, so there is a phone, most commonly, because we mostly take photos with your phones, right? Phone to,
Security.
right, security.
To security. you
All
want
right.
that
There's either phone to security, there's like say a digital camera, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to do
Camera to security. Where else can we pull it out of? Yeah, that's probably the most used case.
Yep.
Now we're gonna start with phone. Now examples of security include flash drive, right? Computer, hard drive, and cloud services.
Yeah,
That's
you
online.
can add a separate hard drive, which is a little more secure because
Yeah,
it doesn't crash like your
Yeah.
computer can.
yeah.
Well, it can crash, but it's a little.
Yeah, flash drive, I would, external hard drive, it would be
Right.
a good option. Now, Cindy was complaining the only way she could get it to her computer was by emailing to herself, I guess, right?
Well, I don't even know how to do that.
And there's a lot of limitations when you're emailing because pictures are large, right? Just like imagine anything pictures or videos as imagine you're moving your house, right? And you have a limited amount of truck size. and the pictures are large. Each picture is like a small household appliance. You get 1,000 of them, you run into a problem. They don't send well via email over the air, right? Because
Right.
they're so big. Over the air is literally like a tiny parcel, right? So you can only send a few pictures at a time, and that's problematic. So
An app, a little green guy,
yeah,
but an Apple app, and I had transferred a lot of old
yeah,
photos with that. I think too, I might have also from a flash drive to the photo files. But anyway, but then that app disappeared. I don't know if an update came along and it
probably.
went away, and I
Yeah, it
tried
became
trying to
obsolete.
get the
Yeah,
App Store and it's not there, and
yeah,
I'm just lost now.
yeah. So so we can approach it in a way because there's many different ways, right? There's a process that involves a lot at the beginning, the setup, more involving setup process. But once you've set it up, it's like the easiest and quickest way. There's that. And on the other end of the spectrum is very no setup, but takes more steps while transferring and longer. So less convenient, but easier setup is one end. Hard setup, but super easy to operate is the other end. And there are many options in between. Right? But I guess kind of the one in the middle would be a flash drive or external hard drive. That actually nowadays the phones, you can actually plug in a flash drive right onto your phone. So directly you can move your pictures and videos onto the flash drive. You don't have to go through a computer, because in the olden days what you had to do was move it to the computer first, and then from the computer put it in the flash drive or hard drive. But that itself is a tough task. So the easiest and fastest would be to plug it directly into your phone.
So would the flash drive that you plug in
I don't have
have,
connection.
initiate everything and have the program?
It's just a storage. It'll
Right,
recognize
it'll
as a
recognize it
storage. You
and-
go into every phone comes with like like on the computer explorer where you can
Yeah.
go and find different files. Every phone has that. So you would plug it in. I wish I had brought. I don't know if I brought it today. Any question? I might have.
There's something on the market that is like 4 inputs
Yeah.
that will do that. I've never used
Yeah.
one, but that's available.
So I do thankfully have a flash drive, right?
Ah.
So that's one of the easiest way to back up your files.
That's only if you have a port.
Right. Now, you will see that check your bottom where you charge your phone. Check the port.
Most of them are C.
Most of them will have I'll turn it on right here.
It's just a charge, full charge cable, right?
The same port does the data as well. So if you look in here, right, you see that?
Yeah, it's a C.
So that's a C.
USB.
Oh,
But iPhones have their own proprietary
Right.
port called a
Yeah.
lightning port.
Yeah.
is that where you
Yeah,
charge it?
yeah. So, but if you go to either Best Buy or any of those electronic stores, you can find a flash drive with the port that
You need.
plugs directly into your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they will have, for Sharon, flash drive with a different port. Actually, it'll have two ports. One that traditionally plugs into the computer, this big rectangular one, right? Everyone's really familiar with that.
It's an AP.
And on the other side, it'll have a tiny one, like the charging port.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes in there. So you plug, yeah, so you plug that in, move the file, then you are now able to move the same file using the other port, plug it into your computer, and move it onto your computer or do whatever.
So it's got like dual ports.
It does have dual ports. Some may even have 3 because you want to share it to another your family member who has a different port, like this USB-C. Then they'll have USB with 3 ports or an adapter.
Or 4.
Yeah.
You can, your digital cameras have a card.
Yeah,
So I can show it to you
Separate port as well.
on here, right? So that you know what you're looking for. Flash drive with lightning connector.
Maybe for the computer?
Ta-da!
Good question.
Right here.
Okay.
So Sharon,
oh,
this is what you will buy, right? This plugs right into your phone.
iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone. And then you can move your pictures and whatnot to your phone. And then if you want to move it to a computer, then you can plug it directly and there you go, you have it.
Well,
Well,
computer, is it one of these here or?
No computer, it's
Computer uses.
it looks
well,
like
they're-
this.
They're selling now with that,
Yeah.
with that C drive.
Okay,
Yeah, most of them will have that too.
And this on the other end, instead of being a cable, it's the drive that holds the information.
okay, but,
So this other end, look here on the screen. This one, this is the one that plugs into your phone, okay? You would plug it in, this end, into your charging port. And then you can go into your app and move all the pictures, okay? All the pictures, the precious pictures you want to save. And you can stop right there and it'll stay there. Anytime you want to look at it, you can plug it back in, it'll pop up. So that could be the end of your solution. But if somebody asks you, oh, can I have certain pictures that you took, right? Then you would need to use this other side. You can give this drive to them. They will plug it into their computer and find the right picture and save it onto their computer.
okay, now that drive on the bottom.
Yeah. That it looks like this. You can show her
Okay, go into
into the computer right here.
it would go right.
Into
here
the
on-
computer.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I got you.
But she has 2 large, like this would probably.
Yeah, no, those are speaker grills. Those are holes made for the sound to come out.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay, so don't plug any.
Yeah,
So
it's
my phone's on
unpluggable.
speaker, that's where it's gonna-
Yeah. Okay.
I have a lot of picture frame pictures that.
Okay.
that I want to transfer to digital.
Yeah.
Is it better to take a picture or is it better to run them off the scanner?
It would depend on the quality of the scanner.
Yeah,
If it's a mediocre scanner, if it's a good scanner, scanning is always better
okay.
because it'll get rid of the curvature of the paper and all that.
Yeah.
But if the scanner is pretty old, your phone will take a much better.
Yeah.
Picture.
The technology's gotten a lot.
Yeah.
better on phone.
So, unless you have a really high grade scanner, I would take it with your phone
Okay,
and transfer it that way.
it's probably easier.
Yeah, and on your phone nowadays, if you go into cameras, right? And if you have like a document type of thing, well, how can I show this to you? Well, imagine that's a picture he wants to save. Maybe, sorry, it's not recognizing as a document.
We'll make it into a PDF probably.
Well, let's okay, I'm done. There's an app.
Yeah.
There's specifically scans documents as a digital file and onto PDF,
Okay.
one large file.
For a phone.
Yeah, on your phone.
Yeah.
So one I recommend. So I'll write down question number 4: how to scan old photos, right? Scan old photos to digital, right? So use the app called, let me see. It's from Microsoft. Oh, it's called Lens. It's free and it's powerful. It's well managed. This will give you the option to save as individual photos or, or PDF file.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you can get that
Through your app store.
Google Play.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. For Android, it's Google Play. For Apple, it's App Store. Go in.
Now, is that same app, are you able to scan negatives with that?
Oh, scanning negative is a negative.
But isn't there an app now
Uh-huh.
that
that
you can
switches.
use, that switches?
Right.
Yeah.
But to
maybe
do
there's something
that,
on your camera that does that, I mean, on your phone that does that.
Well, you know, I see ads on
Yeah.
Facebook for something, and I'm never sure whether the ad on Facebook is,
Can you trust them?
can you trust it?
Yeah.
uh-huh.
But,
So this is the app. Let me just,
okay,
so that's a Microsoft Lens. This is the app. And I use it a lot.
oh,
When someone, like a lawyer, asks you for your last 5 years of, federal tax papers, I go in, because it's way easier than putting it through a scanner and takes
Creating a
time. It's like snap,
file
snap,
and-
snap.
yeah.
News the other day that all federal records, I mean, income tax, or, everything, they're working on digitalizing all of it.
Yeah,
So that could be good or bad.
Yeah.
If you want to get something.
right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it works pretty well, most of it.
So that answers your question, right? So that's a good app to use.
Yeah.
Microsoft, let me write it down. Microsoft Lens. Yes, PDF scanner.
So would it be a separate one for photos?
No,
Or
it's
just
you
that?
use the same one. Same one. In it, there's lots of options. It gives you lots of options. Just explore that. And once I give you a direction, always go on YouTube, do a search. It'll tell you step by step how to use certain apps, right? So that's how I learned most of my stuff that I'm teaching you.
I went through that for this phone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
It's a relatively recent
Yeah, yeah.
phone. And it's.
Yeah, you can
it's
do a
really
lot.
good. This one particularly. is
Yeah.
pretty-
Yeah, good.
Now, if you use that
Mhm.
and you do a lot of scanning,
Yeah,
that's gonna use up your
your
space.
storage. So we come back to how do you save your more than precious pictures, important documents.
Right.
Right? You can same thing. So you can buy where's the USB, the flash drive?
Oh, but
Yeah. So now I was saying, you can buy traditional, just one port flash drive
Right.
and get an adapter that converts from the old style to the new USB-C. So what I can do is, so I will demonstrate how it pops up in here, okay?
Well, I have to go. I'm sorry.
All right, John. Thank you for coming. All right. So you see the phone, right? You see the port, which is the USB-C, the round
Yeah.
one. And this is a matching one. So I'm gonna plug it in, right? And on my phone, it says well, it's giving you an option. Do you want to open this? It recognizes a flash drive, right?
Uh-huh.
It may or may not ask you, but most of the times it'll ask you. But I don't want to actually use this particular app, so I'm gonna cancel it. And on your phone, all the phones will have some kind of file explorer where you can go into the drive and see the file.
I try.
For me, usually it looks like a folder, right? You see the yellow one,
Yep.
right? I'm gonna click on that, right? And right away, you see the USB storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see the USB storage. So you would go in and it'll show you well, it's got my sermon. Sermon from April 28th. Is pruning necessary? It's a good sermon. You should listen to it.
How can we get to that folder?
So most of your phones, iPhone only has it just only scrolls right and left, and you get all the apps on the screen. For Android, you swipe up. Oops. Then you get to all the apps, right? And then you can find the icon that looks like a folder. Usually because it's the first thing that's already on the phone, it'll be on the first or second page. So for me, it's right in under Samsung My Files. If you have a Samsung phone, it might be under Samsung. Yeah, under Samsung, go to My Files, click on that, right? Now, you want to move stuff, right? Move stuff, the pictures, for example. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I will go to this home looking icon. Always home icon means home. So like go to the first page. So there's the USB drive that we went in, but above it is the internal storage. Every phone comes with an internal storage because it needs a storage to begin with, right? So you go in, click. Oh, it's got pictures, but don't let that fool you. Mostly it's under what's called a DCIM. All the cameras, digital cameras, the photos are stored under that folder, DCIM. So you go under DCIM. Now it'll have all kinds of folders. Well, that's because each app you use, if the app either takes photos or edits photos, they will have their own folder and it'll be under it. But you see the item count? Only camera has 6,000 something, and all the other ones have not a lot, right? So the picture you take with your camera, it'll be under camera. So you go under camera, and it's gonna show me all the photos I've taken over the years, right? So, but if you don't wanna pick and choose, but wanna just copy the entire thing, right? Entire thing. So once you came into the internal storage, you see internal storage, right? That you get there by when you're home, you press on the internal storage, and there's a DCIM folder. You would click on the triple dot up here. You see the triple dot right there?
Yep.
Click. It'll say edit, and it'll give you the option to select. You see the round circles? If you tap on the folder, it'll put a check mark next to it. Oh, oops. You see that? So if I tap it one more time, it's gonna uncheck. Check. Right?
Why do you wanna check it?
Because now that's the folder I want to copy. So I want to select this first. And if you go down, it says copy, right? So I'm going to press on copy, right? When I press copy, it says cancel or copy here. Well, we don't want to copy from where we found it. We want to copy it to where? The external storage, the USB drive. So click on the home button again, where you can go to USB storage. Go to USB storage, right? So you're in the USB storage. There's only one file at the moment. But you still have the copy here option. So I'm gonna click on the copy here. And it's gonna start copying. Ooh, not enough space because, as I said, the pictures are pretty large packages, but when you have 6,000 of them, this flash drive is not enough. So good thing it didn't start copying because it would have been a long process.
And it's just copying them, it's not actually transferring them.
No, it's copying. It's making another copy. Yeah, it's not transferring. If you want to, you can do, instead of copy, you can do move, right? You select the folder and move it to, then it'll not leave a copy behind. And clearing your phone and giving you more space to take pictures, and all the pictures will remain on your flash drive. Yeah, but I would do the copy first because sometimes something is interrupted in the middle. You may lose it. So when you copy it, the original stays there, right? So when you copy it first and make sure that everything has been copied properly, then I would go in and delete the old one instead of do the move because there's a chance of you might lose the photos.
Delete them if you want to just use it as a backup, right?
Right, yeah. So does that make sense? So do you think you can do it at home once you, maybe, you know, next time maybe we can all get a flash drive and try it together.
Can you print out what you showed us today?
I can send it to you via email. You mean the app? I mean the flash drive?
The whole presentation.
Oh, the whole presentation? Yes, it's being recorded here, right? It's being recorded. It's being recorded. So I'm going to put it on YouTube, give you the link, and you can go in and watch it.
Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have to walk out the door.
Yeah, I know, which is why it's good to record it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that answers your question partially because that's only one way of saving it onto the flash drive. External hard drive, it's the same idea, except it'll be a larger device than this. The advantage of getting an external hard drive, this is a flash drive, and it says 64 gigabytes, GB, right? That's a sizable amount, but my phone, when you take high quality pictures, 64 gigabyte is very small. So when I check, let me check how big my folder is. The folder DCIM that I have on my phone, it is 191 gigabyte. Well, 191, 64, which is why it gave me the error message. The storage you're trying to copy onto is too small to receive all the files, right? So you can get flash drive nowadays that goes up to 256 or 500 gigabytes, but they are more expensive. Although they are portable because they're smaller. But as the capacity increases, the price also increase. So instead of opting for tiny flash drive. You could go with a hard drive. But hard drive, they start big. They're bulkier, but they have more storage. So for you, if you have a large amount of photos and videos and documents, then your best option would be to get a hard drive. And let me show you. You all know what flash drive looks like. I'll show you what external hard drive looks like, okay? External hard drive looks kind of like this. Well, you would say, so how big is that? It's, oh, you see a laptop? Compared to a laptop, it's that size. So it's about the size of your phone, a little bit smaller than your phone, okay? But that has, let's see how much this one has. This one has 1 terabyte, which means 1,000 gigabytes. This flash drive has 64. Forget about the GB at the end. Just think about the numbers. This one has 64. My phone already took 191. So although this one won't fit in here, everything in here will fit onto that hard drive, right? So if you want to store more and over the years, it's better to get an external hard drive with a large capacity. They work the same way though. You plug it in, it pops up as external drive, just copy it, done.
So anything, especially, I'm just saying like all of our legal documents and pictures.
Yeah, all of that.
everything on
Yeah, you could, yeah, and you
there
could
was
just,
fire and you ran out of
yeah, yeah, you could save a lot of memories, important documents, and all
it
that.
plugs in to your.
Computer as well.
They come out with a way to do it through Bluetooth, yeah.
Well, yes, but they cost a lot more. It's better to, and always when the files get this big, it takes time to move them. Just like when you're moving your house, right? The more stuff you have, it's going to take longer. Imagine doing it over the air. It takes even longer. So hard wire connection is always the fastest.
Yeah.
All right. So although they do have that option, when you're talking about large amount of files, then plugging it in is the best option. Yeah. I saw at Walmart, they were doing a sale on these external hard drives. Yeah.
So what,
They were only $15 for 250, which means any phone you have, everything in there will go in. But you do have to think about, that's not the only time you're going to use it. It's going to accumulate.
Will that hard drive only take the pictures? Or
No,
does
it'll
it
take all kinds of any electronic files. It'll take any type. Videos,
You have
documents.
to tell it to.
No, you don't have to.
and does,
You don't have to tell it. It doesn't care what you store.
and what's the filing system in the hard drive?
Well, that's getting deeper. You can, filing system, when she says filing system is how it's a method of organizing your stuff. Each person has a way of organizing their kitchen or their books or their whatever, right? So mainly, Apple has one way of organizing their file, and Microsoft Windows have one way of organizing their file. Those are the two large differences. Now they have a shared common ground. So proprietary filing system, proprietary filing system of these systems are not compatible. But they have a system, like the middle system, that's compatible to both, right? And you can get any kind of drive, and you can designate what filing system you want on your either flash drive or your hard drive. So you do that when you're formatting the drive. You've heard of the
Oh,
word
yeah,
format?
sure.
Is wiping everything?
Oh, I haven't done that in 100 years. I used to.
Yeah.
Do that by mistake. again.
Oh yeah, I did that a lot. But
Wow.
so when you first get the drive, you choose what filing system you're gonna use. But mostly, so the common ground, let me tell you what the common ground is. Common ground, I'll write it down here. So I'm gonna filing system is a way you organize your things, okay? Apple has one, Microsoft has one. Middle ground, filing system that works with both Apple, Microsoft is called exFAT. EXFAT.
exFAT.
Yeah. They all stand for something. But EXFAT. So if you format your either this or other hard drive into exFAT, then it'll be, because this is Mac and that's Microsoft. If I took the hard drive out of here and plugged it in here, this won't be able to read what's on here.
Right.
So you need to have something that's, yeah, the middle ground. Then if I plug this in over here, it'll read it. Matter of fact, I think I formatted it that way. So let me check so that you know. Um, yep. Okay. Oh. So external, right? The computer recognize it. It says USB external physical volume exFAT, right?
Huh?
So that's why when I open a Explorer, File Explorer, so all these files, I'm going to go into our external storage. Same file, right? Although this is Mac, Apple, it can read this format. Now, if I unplug this and gave it to Sue and plug it into your computer, you should be able to read it as well. We're gonna do it for the sake of demonstration, okay? And that's a safe format to have for the phones too, so that when you download your pictures and whatnot.
Is that an app?
No, it's so when you, in every earphone, your computer, it has the function to format your drive, okay? When you go into format, because initially when you plug it in, it's the first time, it may ask you, do you want to format this drive? Say, when you say yes, and you can choose, there's a drop-down menu, what kind of filing system you want. And just choose exFAT and say format, then you're ready to go. Yeah.
Now,
But when you have to do it, just call me, I can help you.
Yeah.
So go open your Explorer, File Explorer.
I don't.
Yeah, right there. And you should be able to see the USB drive. Scroll down. You see it? Yes,
Yes,
data
right
exFAT.
there.
Yeah, and same file, same sermon. Man, must be a good sermon, huh?
It must be. It was a very good sermon.
Anyways,
That, bud.
yeah, exactly. So I've proven that it works on both the systems, right?
Wow.
It'll work with Apple, it'll work with Microsoft, and that's the best safest way. Because otherwise, if you format anything different on your Microsoft, when you plug it in here, it may not read it, and vice versa. Okay. We got 15 more minutes until 1 o'clock. Do you have any more questions? Did that answer? So, is anybody wanting to learn about how to store it on cloud by any chance?
Maybe next time.
Yeah, that's more involved. Yeah, because you got to set up your account and all of that. But this is one of the safest way to store it though, because these things are physical things. They can always burn, get water damage, or over time it'll deteriorate. So you cannot have these hard drives and imagine it'll last 50 years. It will not. And you may lose all of it. I've lost quite a lot like that. So the best way to not lose your photos and any important document is to store it on the, what we call the cloud is internet storage service. You know how you have self-storage? Yeah? Well, for our physical stuff? Same idea, but in the internet. So internet, some companies will provide you an online storage service. Easiest one, Google, Apple, Microsoft, they all have storage services. They will give you a little bit by default for free, like 5 gigabytes. But as we have seen, 5 gigabyte cannot hold my picture. So a lot of people nowadays pay monthly fee to have a large storage, just like the self-storage unit. You want storage forever, you just pay the monthly fee and you can keep that storage. And that way you don't lose your stuff. They have family plans because everybody takes photos.
Yeah.
And you want to put it all together in one storage unit. They have options for that. It goes anywhere between $1 per month to $10, $20 per month, all depending on the size of storage you want.
Like a big company would
Yeah.
probably use a lot.
Oh, they have their own.
Their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah,
cloud.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And putting things on the cloud
yeah.
requires an app or
Yes, app, and you need to set up an account. Open an account, and then arrange a payment schedule. And then once you have that, it's just like as simple as dragging your file, just like the other one. Any other file, drag on. Or you can set it to automatically upload. So whenever you snap a photo, as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi or you have a cellular data, it'll automatically store it online. Yeah, after you sign up. So then you don't have to think about, oh, it's my backup day. No, it'll. Yeah, you can go on. Let me show you as an example then. If some of you are interested, I'm not gonna go through the whole process, right? Yeah, Microsoft OneDrive. It's called a OneDrive for Microsoft. It says personal cloud storage, right? So get 100 gigabyte of cloud storage, well, for free for 1 month. Anyways, see plans and pricing. There you go.
Oh my God.
For family, $100 a year. Personal, 70 a year. And it says this is 6 terabyte of, so 6 terabyte is 1,000, right? It's 1,000 gigabyte. So we've been talking about 64 on this one. Some of the larger one was 1 terabyte. This has 6 terabytes. That's a lot of storage. You can store a lot with that. So, but when you have family members, like 6 family members, they all have 1 terabyte of storage. Or you might opt in for personal one, which gives you 1 terabyte of cloud storage. Yeah, that'll be enough for most people to begin with. but over the years it'll
And
accumulate.
if you wanna pull something off the cloud,
Yeah, you can just go in and just pull it out and store it onto your computer, onto your flash drive. It's very versatile.
so it's not every bit access to it.
Yeah, no, it's free access all the time.
So the cloud is an actual company. I looked up at the sky. I couldn't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
So cloud, because it's so like up there,
Yeah,
intangible, right? That's kind of they adopted the term. So
Like Bitcoin,
yeah,
that's intangible.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so this is one of many companies who offer online storage. Google has their Google. You can compare and contrast, right? Um, so our church actually, G Drive, Google Drive, we use it to store our church documents with a free account because documents, believe it or not, don't take much space because they're all letters and whatnot. So here's same thing. Does it have a pricing? Yes, personal. Whoa, it gives you 15 gigabytes for free for personal. That's quite a lot to begin with. Uh, for business, oh, 2 terabyte. So $12 per month. So that would be 1444. Is there a family? Google One. Oh, there's a plan for everyone. So you can get for $120 a year, 2 terabyte and all that. So you can go in and look and see what fits you or not does not fit you.
Now, so, okay, you stop paying
Yeah.
for that. What happens to your?
So it'll give you a warning. It'll give you time to like move, download your stuff. But you should do it. You should do it before you
I'm thinking
decide
when
not
I
to pay.
die, when I die and my family doesn't know that
Yeah, then it'll terminate
it'll terminate.
because
and-
when it doesn't get payment,
And my stuff will be,
gone.
oh, they'll get rid of it?
Yeah.
They won't mine it and get the good
No,
stuff
they'll get
out
rid of it. They have a procedure when something happens. They have they follow their standard procedure. You would have to look into it to see what that is per company. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So do you think that's secure?
a lot of the big companies, yeah. But when you say secure, they always ask you because a lot of people now are very concerned about privacy and stuff. So they can. There's an option to click. So do you give them permission to use it for like AI training or whatnot? Or,
Yeah.
you can always say no. You get their word and it's up to
Yeah.
you whether you trust it or not. So I
Right.
cannot really say
I don't know.
anything as far as whether they're, I guess the big companies are more trustworthy than others. Apple, though, is big on security. So they have their encryption system where their employees cannot go in and look.
Oh,
So it's like a self-locking mechanism that only person with the right key, which is you, can get inside.
and they can't easily be hacked by an outside sinister person or something.
No. So Apple's been quite strong when it comes to security. But with all security, nothing is perfect,
right.
right? So there's always that risk. But we all live with risks. There's no such thing as no risk life.
Look, I nearly tripped on the
Yeah.
cord.
I know.
I
You want
know.
to talk risk? Take that risk right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Didn't know.
yeah. That's a nice one. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's my wife. Let me just text her and see what's happening. So, any other questions? We got 5 minutes.
All his programs are.
Yeah. That's another system. like Microsoft and Apple.
Is that something that he downloaded? That,
Yeah, he can download it and
It's
install
all
it.
separate.
oh,
So was there any
Yeah,
other question that's been kind of
everything's
bothering
there.
you?
well,
It's just weird.
Yeah.
my biggest fear is creating files and moving them. And I have, explain WinZip. That is a program, right?
Yeah.
That you need to buy? Is that?
No, you don't have to buy it. Long time ago, when technology was far less advanced than what we have today,
Mhm.
storage was always an issue. There's always more things to store than you have room for. So zip is a compressing
Compressing, right? Yep.
app.
Mhm.
So, for example, um, so WinZip. So WinZip is just a name of the app. So this is a compressing app to reduce the size of the file. So if you, okay, so you had a message say, hello, Pastor, I am Sue. Can I talk to you about something this Sunday? Like now, I'm getting very direct. So we can count. Instead of storing this, right, as is, what we can do is count how many. So do you see any overlapping characters? So how many E's do we have? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Three.
3 E's. So 3 E. How many H's? 1,
Two.
2, 3.
Three.
Oh, 3 H's. How many L's? 1, 2, 3.
Wasn't that?
Wow. So like that, I can store it in a different way. So I can instead of laying everything out, it's almost like a folding mattress, right? Instead of laying it, if you lay out your mattress, it takes up a large amount of space. But you fold them,
Yeah.
it takes small amount of space, and it's good for storing things. That's what the compressing app does with the file, okay? So when it's uncompressed, the file is kind of like a spread out like the mattress. When you compress the file, it's been folded up neatly so that when it's compressed, then you can store a lot more on this same amount of storage than when you lay it out flat.
Now, what happens when you want to lay it out flat again after you
So you
store
got to do unzip.
it? Unzip.
Yeah. So if you have a compressed file already, you click on it with the right click, it'll give you an option to either decompress or unzip or something of that nature.
And you have to have,
The app,
well,
paid app,
an app, but I'm thinking sometimes I'll have a file
yeah,
and it will say, what do you want to open this with?
right,
And
as
then
an
I'm
option.
at, what will read it? Does the WinZip need a special app to read it when you're converting it back?
So any compressed file, you know how we have like picture one, you got the PDF, right? So these last, after the dot, the
Yep.
3 letters show you what type of file they are, right?
Yep.
So for a Word document, it's like something let me say, question mark and doc. That's a Word document, right? Something JPG. That's a picture file, right? So when these things are compressed, you'll get zip file.
Okay,
So if only when the file you're trying to open is a zip file, you choose WinZip as the program to open that file. The reason why your computer is asking, well, what should I open this file with? And gives you an option for WinZip, that's because it doesn't know what the extension may be, I don't know, TIF, some random extension. The program doesn't know what program
Yep.
to use to
to
open
use
that.
to open it.
That's why it's asking that. So WinZip, it's its best guess, but it may not be right. So you have to first look at what is the 3 last letters of the file you're trying to open
Yep.
to see if that's really what you want. Yeah. So just because it suggests that doesn't mean that's the right file, the right
Yeah.
program. Does that make sense?
It
makes
does,
sense?
it does make sense.
Yeah.
I got a message from WinZip that told me, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's 95 or 96
Yeah.
duplicate file,
Uh-huh.
and do I want to erase
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
files? And, you know, I don't feel confident in saying,
Right.
yes, I want to erase those files, but they're taking up space. And then I'm
Right.
saying, I don't remember downloading
Uh-huh.
something that was a WinZip, like,
Yeah,
so
compressed
WinZip
file.
doesn't automatically come with your Microsoft program or
No.
your, it's something that somewhere where
Yeah.
along the line I would have downloaded. And that's, I think, that's when you see how limited you are when you've been out on the internet in all kinds of places. And maybe because I was copying something or had the lure of a free, here, take something for free, that WinZip came along with something like that, you know, I'm thinking, and I'm
Yeah.
saying, wow, what should I do? Should I be keeping this? Should I?
Yeah. You can just go in and uninstall
Yeah,
that program.
and I know how,
Yeah.
I do know how to uninstall. But then when I got that message, I said, well, maybe I need that program.
Yeah.
But how do I know that it is legitimate and not doing something else? And I do have McAfee antivirus, but it doesn't make a lot of noise in that it's not unless I'm going to a site or something that says don't go there. It's not always messaging me and saying you're in the wrong place, or it's, you know, it's working in the background,
Yeah.
but it doesn't give me that hovering mother protection that I'm looking for.
So you're looking for that.
Yeah,
You want that.
well, I think I do because
Yeah.
because I realize I'm vulnerable because, you know, I don't think about, if it's something that's creative and there's a creative file or something, I'm thinking about, oh, this is wonderful, and I'm thinking not about security and something that may give me a virus or something like that.
I get a green check mark, safe, so I do have a hovering mother.
You do? I don't. Wow. And what do you have?
I'm not sure, I've got McAfee on one computer and what's the other one?
Like Norton antivirus.
Norton, yeah. Well, it must be Norton then that gives it to. Wow. Yeah, I guess, and Rod has I don't know where he goes, but he gets that message that says, don't do another thing, contact us, you have a virus. Now, I go in and do Control Alt Delete and turn it off, and it goes away, but he has no, he doesn't know where it is that he's,
That can be a scam too.
oh, it can
Yeah,
be.
usually
And
yeah.
a few years ago, he let somebody online take control of his computer,
Ooh.
and it cost $500
Yeah.
that before I knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
he had given these people
I know.
$500. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
he should have parental controls on.
Yeah.
He really, really.
And if anybody's asking for remote control like access,
yeah.
it's a big no-no. A
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people will scam you that way. It
Yes,
was
yep.
you're lucky there was only $500.
Yeah.
But you know, they called back for over a year. We kept getting
Really?
phone calls from them. And that was you almost feel terrorized because
Yeah.
you know they're not in your house, but
The violation.
it's such a violation. You feel like they're in your house
Yeah.
and they've invaded
Yeah.
your whole presence. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should do a session on like computer, like cybersecurity
Yes, that would
or scamming,
Yeah.
phishing, stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
be,
Because a lot of, especially elderly people
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
are targeted
oh,
because they are,
absolutely.
they.
Yep.
My neighbor kept getting scammed, and she would like give money to a lot of charities and religious
Yeah.
organizations that she totally believed in. And they weren't all, but anyway, she was on a list, and they would call up asking for donations, and she just didn't know what she was doing, and then called up and asked for her Medicare information, and she would give it to them all until Jimmy, my son, finally said, "Nah, I'm taking everything away from you, and I'm handling that," because she was really getting it. But I mean, she's elderly, so.
Yeah.
How is she doing?
Well, then fine, that was at the point, then now she's in assisted living.
Right.
Yeah, she's doing quite well.
Is she doing
Yeah,
well?
and
Oh,
Jimmy
that's
takes
nice.
care of all of her paperwork.
That's
and everything,
nice
so
to
she was-
hear.
Didn't have to get to close on her checking account, somebody called up and asked her all this information.
Mm.
Being naive and kind, she.
Yeah.
She took care of her. But not all older people have someone to.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I know. We're
Just gotta
looking,
be careful.
we're looking for a
Right.
kid that we can hire that will grow old with us and.
All right, so we're gonna end today's session officially. Yeah, well, I'll look at that separately. Yeah, so thank you for coming. I hope this was helpful.